Hi everyone, good morning. I'm talking about some real estate stats for condos and houses. If you have any questions about your home's value, if you're thinking of going to the marketplace or making a purchase and you'd like to have some advice or chat about rates, neighborhoods, price per square foot, days on market, anything like that, please feel free to give me a call. Okay, so I'll start with the average prices like I sometimes do. The average price today for a detached property is $2,021,000. Today is May the 20th. So, sorry, back to the prices, $2,021,000. This price is down less than 1% compared to this time last year, so not much change there. The average price today for a condominium for an apartment style home is $762,000. This price is down about 2% since last year. And then the benchmark price, they call it, for a townhouse is $1.1 million. And this price is down between 2.5% and 3% year over year. So not a big change in prices, which is great to see for buyers, of course, who are making purchases. We're not seeing prices go up, escalate in a short period of time over the last few months. We have seen prices even remain fairly stable over the last few months because those were comparative to 12 months ago. Even over the last few months, though, as I say, prices are pretty much the same. So that's great news. We've seen an abundance of new listings over the last couple of months. Their sales are slower, which is notable. We have been hearing about some worrying headlines in the news and what have you about sales being down, tariffs in the States, or a potential, trade war with Donald Trump and a few other things. But there are a lot of positives to highlight, which is why, what we're here to talk about, of course, the positives. Trying to stay optimistic. But with all this new inventory that we've seen, we've currently have more than 16,000 listings on the marketplace. There's more available now than we've had on Paragon and MLS since 2014. I've got buyers. I'm working with a handful of buyers right now that are looking at properties every single day. And it's exciting to be able to show them homes that could potentially work for them. And, we've been waiting to see homes to meet their criteria for quite some time. So this is screaming opportunity for buyers with this kind of inventory, because when you find a property that you like, if there's 2 or 3 places in the same neighborhood that are similar, you could very well negotiate the price, the dates that you're looking for, and the terms to suit your family's needs. So lots of inventory to check out, and jump on to rew.ca if you haven't for a while. You'll see, wow, look at this 2-bedroom for $750, or this one here with a pool and a gym for $775 that you might not have seen a few months ago. Anyhow, lots of new inventory on the marketplace. Prices have stayed fairly stable. And then, of course, with the borrowing costs being lower, interest rates, than they have been for years, this is what's creating the opportunities for buyers. So these benefits are really, these factors are really benefiting the buyers. The buyer or seller's best bet right now, so what's selling for the most in the least amount of time, are 1 and 2 bedroom condos in Vancouver East Side. We're seeing days on market about 2 weeks, which is 14 days. Not much change there month over month. And when we look at the average price per square foot, it's actually at about $912 in the east side of Vancouver. Mount Pleasant saw the most sales. They had 42 sales last month with a 27% sales ratio. Sales ratio number equals the speed of the marketplace. And that's how we, when we check out listings and sales, we look at that trying to determine if it's a seller's market, a buyer's market, or a balanced market. If it's above 20% for a long period of time or for a few months, that's when it's a seller's market. So to my point, the seller's best bet, if you have a 1 or 2 bedroom condo and you're thinking of selling, despite the fact that, our spring market was slower than usual, it is an excellent time to consider putting your home on the market. And the numbers are saying just that.